Hello all, welcome aboard the Part15, which is the British ferry ship that's taking you back to Ireland. I said I wanted to show you some parts of the ship because they're a little bit different to the ships I used to be on, okay? First of all, we'll have a look over here, right? We're going to walk over here. If you find one of these on a Navy ship, it's time to start ringing alarm bells and getting worried. This is the pool. So if you find a pool that big inside a Navy ship, it's time to break out some bungs and some wedges and start plugging holes, because it's not supposed to be on a Navy ship, or not any Navy ship I've ever seen. What I also did was I got something for my little boy, okay, in the duty-free shop. Another thing we don't have on a Navy ship. So we got this. So I said, you know what, he needs a little bike like daddy's. So it's belt driven as well, you know, so same as my bike. We got a little Technic motorcycle, and I'll help him build that when we get home. Something else on board the ship is going to go down one deck first to show you, okay? Okay, back again. So we didn't go down a deck, went just outside the next room. So this is something else we didn't have in a Navy ship. So it was, let's see, the elevator shaft. So as you can see, there's a elevator running between decks, down to the car decks and up to cabins or whatever. It's a pretty impressive ship. And now down to the other deck. So this is our current position and where we are in the journey. Again, I think it's the civilian version of the captain's update, or the XO's update on a ship, which normally went something like Aisha. We are currently 200 miles southeast of nowhere, where we remain 200 miles southeast of nowhere until further notice, Shinoel, which gave us absolutely no information on where we are, what we were doing on. But that's the Navy. We always call it a mushroom farm, kept in the dark and fed on shit. So that's the last thing. So people will always tell you about going to sea and they saw loads of things, but in reality there's only one view you're going to get very used to, okay? And it's this view. Absolutely nothing but horizons. You know, kind of miss it at times, but nah, I don't really. Yeah, so that's kind of the view from sea most of the time when you're out there, and I could look at this for days, maybe a week sometimes, you know. But yeah, that's the view from both sides of the ship. So we'll talk to you again when we get ashore. But anyway, this is the 20th. I'm going to be home in a few hours, and once I get off the ship I'll give you an update. Talk to you tomorrow. Oh, still on the Part15, just pulling into the port in Ringaskiddy. It brings back memories, coming in through Cork Harbour through Roach's Point, you know, and passing Cove on the starboard side, you know. But yeah, just pulling into the Burton now, Ringaskiddy, and in a few minutes we'll be. Get the table. In a few minutes we get the lines out, or well, they'll get the lines out. I won't be getting the lines out, not anymore. And get the ship alongside, and go into the cargo deck and get the bike out here. You know, then it's only an hour run home, and we're all good in the hood. That rumbling sound there, that's the engine going into reverse to slow us down. So get the bike home and get to see Magda and the baby in a few minutes. Well, about an hour and a half, I suppose. Hello, so I'm off the ferry in good old Ringaskiddy. Welcome to Era again. So I'm heading back to Lismore to the family, and can't wait to see the baby and Magda. You know, just buzzing to see them. The funny part about it, if you saw the end of the last video where I was talking about my bike being, I dropped my bike because I hit a deck fitting, and the guy in front of me and nobody else gave me a hand picking it up except for a nice crew member. Same guy who actually watched me drop the bike from behind sat on his bike for a good 5 or 6 minutes without ever making an effort to get off the bike. Had his bike strapped down next to mine, and he couldn't undo the ratchet strap on his bike. And I was thinking, would I be a complete asshole now and just watch him struggled with it. Said, no, can't do it. So I went down and untangled the ratchet strap and fixed it for him and got his bike free. And he looked at me in the face, and I swear to God, he said to me was, oh, you're the guy who dropped his bike on the way into the shed. I said, yeah. And you're the guy who watched me try to pick it up when a crew member helped me. And he put his head down and said nothing, and I was going, yeah, that's it, buddy. That's the difference between bikers and motorcyclists. A biker will never let another biker behind, will always make sure a biker is looked after, and will always help him out when he's in trouble. A motorcyclist drives a motorcycle. That's it. Shinny in a nutshell. Anyway, I'm going to go back to my lovely family, and you know, I'm going to have a cheese sandwich and a cup of tea. Peace out. Have a good one. Oh, that's my passport. Wait then. Here, look. I got something for you. Look. Here. Stand up here. Look. Go up there. So watch. Look. We'll have a look in here. Look. Stand up. Stand up. Wait. Hold on. Right. Watch out. Hold on here. Look. I got something for you. Right. Ready? Yeah. Look. A motorbike like that is. Mommy. So the total trip road miles was 3,516.4 miles. The entire trip was epic. From loading my bike onto the ferry in Rosslare, to pushing on when I got to France to the museum in Carentan, then on to the Omaha Beach Memorial. Seeing them thousands of white crosses really affected me and brought a lot of things to mind. From there, going to Amsterdam and seeing the beautiful city of Amsterdam, and then that epically long ride down through Germany to Prague, which challenged body, mind and machine to get me there. From there on to the Church of Bones outside Prague, and to camp overnight in Osijek, so close to Auschwitz. Going to Auschwitz was one of the things on my bucket list. It really, really, really affected me. It was absolutely horrific, horrifying, but something that I knew I had to do. From there, pushing on to Krakow, and then the next day seeing my family and holding Ethan and Magda for the first time in over a week was lovely. But it was kind of lonesome knowing that I had to travel back. On the way back, getting the massive challenge of going through the rain between Poznan and Vienna. And from Vienna, knowing that I had to forego going to the Alps because the weather was just too bad. From there on to Bastogne and seeing the museum in Bastogne and the different effects that the World War II had on Bastogne. And from Bastogne to push to Paris, so I managed to get that absolutely beautiful photograph of my bike in the Eiffel Tower. From Paris onto the Roscoff, and from Roscoff loading my bike onto the ferry, and knowing it was so close to home and yet not quite finished yet. None of it was better than seeing my little boy's face as he opened his little gift and managed to build his motorcycle that was just like his dad's. If you followed the whole trip, thank you very much, and I really do appreciate it. If you have any suggestions or things I could do for another ride, give me a shout, let me know, hit me up in personal message or leave a comment on the video. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon. This is Ron signing out.